Hello and welcome, beautiful YouTube friends. My name is Lou. I am a yoga teacher and a strength and conditioning coach. And today I have a strong but stretchy 45-minute Vinyasa practice for you. This would be a perfect practice to do either first thing in the morning or perhaps on your lunch break if you have 45 minutes. Obviously, you can do it at any time of the day, but the aim of this practice is to get the body energized and to get the energy flowing. So we're going to start today's practice in a forward fold. So any props that you're using for your practice, just place them to one side. And then we'll meet at the back of the mat, feet at hips width apart. And then just soften your body down into an Uttanasana. And once you arrive into your fold, take a soft bend into the knees. Perhaps you interlace hands and elbows for ragdoll variation. And we're just going to find a sway from side to side. And if you're doing this practice first thing in the morning, and this is your first bit of movement for the day, you might find that the body feels a little bit stiff, a little bit sticky. So we're really just going to use this time to anchor into the fold, allowing for blood flow, lymphatic drainage, and also just this decompression of the spine. And maybe you sway side to side, either by shifting hips and pelvis or by bending into alternate knees. And we'll take another 3 or 4 slow, steady breaths here. And I invite you, as you ground into the practice, perhaps to think of an intention today. We know that yoga is so much more than the physical asana practice that we do on the mat. And it's just as much about embodying our intentions and carrying what we embody and learn on our mat into our daily lives. Okay, so if you've got your hands and your arms in a ragdoll, we'll just bring the fingertips to the ground. Lift the chest halfway, big breath in. Exhale, soften the elbows and fold. Let's go again. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. This time as you inhale, lift the chest, you're going to bend into the right knee, ground through the right hand, and take the left hand up to the sky. And we're just going to warm up through this left side wrist, drawing circles in both directions. And then opening and closing that hand quite vigorously into a fist. So not only warming up the wrists, but really getting that lymph fluid moving through the body. Good, and we'll go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. From here, we'll move into a twist. So feeding the left arm all the way through, switch over the bent legs and catch hold of the outside of your right shin or your right ankle. Breathing spaciousness into the right side lower back, all the way up into the right side armpit. Good, and then unraveling through center. Fingertips to the earth once again. Breath in. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. This time as we inhale and lift, bending into the left knee. Left hand plants down, right arm reaches. And once again, just circling back and around through that right side wrist. Both directions. And then opening and closing that hand quite vigorously into a fist. And we'll go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Listen up. Moving into our twist. So feeding the right arm through. Switch over the bent leg. So now bending into the right knee. And then catch hold of the outside of this left shin or ankle. Breathing into that whole left side. Good. And then unraveling through center. And we're going to walk the hands out into a downward facing dog. But as slowly as you can. Really taking your time to arrive into the shape. And then once you've arrived, just spending a bit of time here, just having a conversation. So checking in with the backs of the legs, with the ankles, and checking in with the spine, the pelvis. I'm really just taking these first few rounds of breath just to take whatever you need in the shape. Maybe it feels good to keep the body moving, to be fluid in your downward facing dog. So perhaps moving through some body rolls, or like I said, shifting the hips. Or maybe it feels good just to come into some stillness. We're going to take 3 releasing breaths in through the nose and then sighing it out through the mouth, breathing in. And then exhale, sigh it out. Good, breathing in. Exhale, let it go. One more time, big breath in. And then release it out. So good. Alrighty, let's ground into the left foot and take the right leg up to the sky as slowly as you can. So try not to rush the movement or fling that right leg up into the air. And then once you arrive at the top, we're going to bend this right knee, maybe circle through that right side hip, right side ankle. Strong and steady through that left shoulder, not focusing too much on perfect shapes. There's no such thing, but we want to make sure we're at least not collapsing into that left side shoulder. Good, and then we'll place the right foot down, come all the way up onto the balls of the feet, and then shift your heels over to the right side of the mat, and then bend back into your knees, pressing back into that left side hip. Good, big breath in as you propel forwards, come into a high plank, and then grounding into the left hand, we're going to unravel into a left side Vashisthasana, side plank. Option to take the right arm up and over towards the front of the mat. And if you do, can you lift up through the inner left side waist? Good, coming back through center, releasing to a high plank. We're going to lower the knees down to the ground. Come all the way down onto the belly. Beautiful. Inhale as you lift the chest for cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, bend the knees, downward facing dog. We'll flow into the other side, taking the left leg up to the sky, slowly with control. And then once again, bending that knee, drawing some circles. Taking whatever you need here through that left side. But try not to collapse too much into that right shoulder. Good, and then lower that left foot down. Come back into your downward facing dog. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Shift the heels over to the left this time, pressing all the way back into your crouching twist shape. And then propel forwards, breath in, high plank, right side Vashisthasana, taking the left arm up to the sky. Good, maybe from here you take the left arm up and over towards the front of the mat. And once again, lifting up through the right side ribs. Beautiful, coming back through center. Option to lower through chaturanga with the knees lifted, or you can lower the knees down. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So good. Let's take a full breath in and a full breath out. Just take the right leg up to the sky, breath in. Exhale, step it through. Coming into a low lunge, torso to the thigh, gaze up. Exhale, shift your hips back into a hovering Hanuman, straightening that front leg. Good, coming forwards through a runner's lunge, gaze up. Exhale, meeting in the center of the mat for Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, fold. Walking the hands to the back of the mat, framing your left foot. Coming into a long pyramid pose. So keeping the back heel lifted, but softening towards that front left thigh. Good, rolling forwards, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Rolling the body forwards to a high plank. Option to lower down to the knees as you move through chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go again. Right leg lifts to the sky, breath in. Exhale, step it through, low lunge, torso to the thigh. Inhale as you shift it back, high Hanumanasana. Exhale, roll forwards, runner's lunge. Inhale through center, Prasarita Padottanasana, lifting the chest, breath in. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale, lift the chest. Walking to the back of the mat, framing your left foot. Coming into your wide pyramid pose. Keeping that back heel lifted, softening the torso down. Rolling forwards, low lunge, plant the hands. Downward facing dog. Breathing in as you roll forwards through high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. So good. Let's release the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Let's take the left leg up to the sky, breath in. Exhale, we step it through, lower the back knee down, torso to the thigh. Good, inhale, shift it back, high Hanumanasana. Inhale, forwards to low lunge. Exhale, wide leg fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, lift the chest, walking to the back of the mat, coming into your long pyramid pose, softening that torso down to the thigh. Rolling forwards, low lunge, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Ripple the spine forwards, breath in. Chaturanga, breath out. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So good, left leg lifts, breath in. Exhale, step it through, low lunge, torso to the thigh. Inhale, shift it back, high Hanumanasana. Exhale, low lunge. Coming through center, breath in, Prasarita Padottanasana. Exhale, we fold. One more breath here. Inhale, send the heart forwards. Exhale, shift it back. Coming to the front of the mat, frame your right foot. Wide pyramid pose, softening that torso to the thigh. Rolling forwards, low lunge, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Breathing in as you ripple the spine forwards, high plank. Exhale as you move through your chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good work. Let's take a full breath in. And then sigh the breath out. Okay, let's take the right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, roll forwards, knee to nose. And we're going to hold here, drawing that right knee in as high as you can.
Spreading the space between the shoulder blades for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Pushing back to your 3-leg dog. Breath in. Exhale, big step forwards. Crescent lunge. Coming all the way up. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, cactus the arms, spread the elbows. From here, we're going to soften this back knee down slightly, not so much that it lowers to the floor, but softening slightly, and then straightening that front leg, pressing the hips and the heart forwards. So good. From here, we flow. Inhale for arrowhead, reaching the fingertips forwards. Exhale, press the heart forward, shift it back. So good. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. So good. We're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the arms together, pulling your hands towards your back ankle. Good. From here, we're going to propel forwards into a warrior 3. A wobbly warrior 3 for me. Keep squeezing the shoulders together for 1 more breath. Stay for the out breath. Good. Let's take a big step back with this left leg. Arms stay in the bind as you fold forwards. Prasarita Padottanasana. Let's release the fingertips to the ground. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, we fold. So good. Walking the hands to the back of the mat as you press forwards for a standing split. Right leg reaches up towards the sky. Good. Keep pointing the toes of that right foot. See if you can squeeze that right side glute to keep that leg lifted. Beautiful. Big step back with that right leg. Coming into a pyramid pose. Option to soften that right heel down. Let's inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. So good. Roll forwards to low lunge. Plant the hands. Downward facing dog. From here, we breathe in as we roll the body forwards. Exhale as you make your way through chaturanga. Inhale for your upward facing. Exhale to down dog. Adho Mukha Shivanasana. Let's reset the breath, breathing in. And breathing out. Amazing work. Let's take the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, holding here. Spread your fingers. Lift that left knee a little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way back. 3-leg dog, breath in. Exhale, big step forwards, crescent lunge. Good work. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, cactus. Soften that back knee slightly. Remember, straightening into that front leg, sending the hips, the heart forwards. And from here we flow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, take it back. 2 more times with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. So good. Inhale. And exhale. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulders. Pull your hands down towards your back shin. And then from here, propelling forwards into your warrior 3. Good. Keeping the bind of the arms if you can. Keep pressing back through that right foot. Big step back with that right leg first, setting up for Prasarita. We exhale and fold. Good. Release the hands to the earth. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Walking the hands back to the front of the mat, framing your right foot. Press forwards for standing split. Left leg reaches nice and high. Holding here for 1 more steady breath. Squeezing that left side glutes.
Amazing work. Big step back with that left leg, straightening into your right leg for your pyramid pose. Option to soften that back heel down. Good. Let's inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Rolling forwards to low lunge, plant the hands. Downward facing dog. Good work. Let's roll the body forwards, breath in. Option to lower the knees, chaturanga, breath out. Inhale for your upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Resetting the breath, breathe in. And sigh it out. So good. Let's take the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Good. Push it back all the way to your three-leg dog. We're going to bend this top knee once again, mindfully rotating that right foot out, coming into a fallen tree. So Vashisthasana, but bending that left leg in, left hip is working hard. Good. From here, big step forwards to the front of the mat. Crescent lunge. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, cactus. Soften that back knee, straighten that front leg. Press your hips, your heart forwards. And from here, we flow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, shift it back. Good. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, reach the fingertips. Exhale. Interlace the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulders, coming straight into your warrior three, taking that right leg back. Option to hold here, option to fold forwards with your torso, taking the right leg up towards the sky into a flying split. Just challenging the balance here, embracing the wobbles. Good, let's take a big step back with that right leg, setting up for Prasarita Padottanasana. Let's keep the arms interlaced as we fold. Beautiful, release the hands to the earth, breath in as you lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, walk the hands to the back of the mat, pressing forwards into your standing split. Left leg reaches to the sky. From your standing split, we're going to lower this left shin down towards the right side of the mat into a Shiva squat. Good, let's press back up, take that leg nice and high. Exhale, Shiva. One more time, legs are working hard. Inhale and exhale. Pressing all the way back up to your standing split. Big step back with that left leg, pyramid pose of your choice. Let's roll the body forwards, plant the hands, take it all the way back to a downward facing dog. Option here to roll the spine forwards through high plank, moving through a vinyasa, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Amazing work. Let's reset the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Nice. Alrighty, let's take the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Push it all the way back, three-leg dog. Bending your top knee, rotating that left foot to the side, and then mindfully unraveling into your fallen tree. Good, right leg is working hard. Let's take a big step forwards to the front of the mat. Find crescent lunge. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, cactus. Good, soften that back knee, straighten that front leg. From here we flow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, take it back. So good. Two more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale.
legs are working. Good job. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze your shoulders and then press forwards like me into a very wobbly warrior three. Such a great humbling pose, warrior three. Alrighty, from here, option to hold where you are once again. Maybe you slowly start to lower your torso towards the ground, taking that left leg nice and high into your flying split. Good, big step back, keeping the hands as they are as we exhale and fold. Release the fingertips to the earth, breath in. Exhale, fold. So good. Inhale, lift the chest. Walk the hands to the front of the mat, press forwards into your regular standing split. Fingertips on the ground, taking that right leg nice and high. From here, we move into that Shiva squat. Right shin comes over to the left side of the mat. Exhale, push that leg up nice and high. Let's go 2 more times. Inhale as we lower. Exhale, push. So good. Use the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Amazing work. Let's take a big step back, coming into a pyramid pose of your choice, softening the front thigh, softening the chest to the front thigh, sorry. Whew. Rolling forwards, low lunge, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Rolling the body forwards, high plank. Exhale as you move through your vinyasa. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Whew. And coming back to the breath. So good. Alrighty, let's sigh it out, breathing in through the nose. And then a soft sigh through the mouth. Almost as though the air is just falling through the lips, breathing in. And then exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's take the right leg up to the sky. Then we'll roll forwards here, bringing the right knee down behind the right wrist, setting up for half pigeon. Option is always to come onto your back, bringing your right ankle on top of your left knee if you know that forward facing pigeon just doesn't feel good for you. And if you're in a forward facing pigeon, we're just going to take a moment here just to breathe into the front of this left hip before we move into any passive holds. The hip flexors have been working pretty hard for us today, so we're just going to give this front left hip some love. Notice if you're holding anywhere, softening through the jaw, through the tops of the shoulders. And then if it feels good to stay here, you're more than welcome to stay. Otherwise, you can fold forwards. And we'll take about 5 or 6 slow, steady breaths. Okay. And so if you're on your back, if you could make your way up into a seat, if you're folding forward, slowly walk the hands back. And then we'll roll onto the left hip slightly, keeping that right leg bent in, left leg extended. And then we're going to rotate towards that left extended leg, setting up for Janu Shirshasana. We're going to reach this right hand across to the outside of that left foot. So getting a nice, beautiful, juicy stretch through that right side lower back. So let's lift the chest, make sure the sit bones are relatively even.
And then we exhale and fold, but reaching that right arm across to the outside of that, either the left foot or the shin or the ankle. And softening the chest towards the thigh. And softening the muscles in the back of the neck. Good. And then slowly rolling the spine back up. We're going to take this right arm up and over, place it behind your right thigh, and then press your hips, your heart forwards into a baby wild thing. Breathing all the way from the left fingertips to the left toes. And then exhale, release. Back down. We'll switch it straight over to the other side. Left leg draws in, right leg extends, and we're going to go back in the reverse direction. So we're going to start with our mini wild thing, placing the left hand behind the left hip, pressing the hips, the heart forwards, breathing all the way through that right side. And then slowly lowering the pelvis down to the ground, sweeping around so we're framing the right foot. This time we're reaching across to the outside of that right foot with the left hand, leveling the sit bones. Big breath in. And exhale, we fold. Let's take 2 or 3 steady breaths. So good. And lifting all the way back up from here, moving into a left side pigeon, facing the back of the mat. So you're simply just going to roll onto that left hip, swing the right leg behind you, or you're going to come onto your back, left ankle on top of the right knee. And let's once again just take a moment here in this active variation, breathing into the front of that right hip. I know it can feel good just to move straight into that passive fold, but it's really important that we explore active variations of shapes as well, using our stabilizing muscles of the body to keep ourselves in this position is also really great for the joints and the tendons, the strength of our joints. Good. And then once again, either you hold here or you can fold forwards. And we'll take about 6 to 8 slow, steady breaths. Slowly lifting up, unraveling. Once again, if you're on your back, just making your way up into a seat. If you're folding forwards in your pigeon, walking the hands up. I'm going to place the hands down. We're now facing the back of the mat, placing the hands down, tucking under the back toes, downward facing dog. We won't be here for long, pedaling out the feet if you need to, shifting the hips. Okay, let's take the left leg up to the sky. And then we'll roll forwards, take a big step forwards between the hands, meeting in the center of the mat once again, Prasarita Padottanasana. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths in this forward fold. So I really invite you here to explore anything that feels good to you in this shape. Find a sense of curiosity. So maybe it feels good to take a bit of a twist, moving your hands towards either of your legs. Maybe you catch hold of the outer shins, the outer ankles. Maybe you bring the hands to the ground, bending into the elbows. There's no right or wrong here. Maybe you just hang out in a ragdoll. But see if you can at least just press into the edges of the feet so the inner legs come alive. Legs are working hard, upper body is a little bit more soft. Once again, just exploring active stretching. I don't even know what that word was supposed to be. Active expressing? Let's take 2 to 3 more steady breaths. Nice. And then lifting the hands up, fingertips to the earth. We're going to heel toe the feet in to about hips width apart, heels angled in, toes angled out. Drop it down into a Malasana yogi squat. Option here to use a block to support your pelvis, of course. Maybe you stack up a couple of blocks. Maybe you bring the elbows to the insides of the knees. And without sort of arching too much through the spine or too much sort of straining, see if you can just breathe a little bit more spaciousness, a little bit more of an opening into the chest, into the inner hips. So good. Alrighty, from here, we're going to make our way down onto our bum. So if you'd like a little bit of a hip mobility challenge, you can make your way down without using your hands. Otherwise, just plonk yourself down. We'll bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. And we're going to use the thumb here just to the center of the sole of the foot. It's a really good acupressure point here for the kidneys, but also really good just for nourishing the nervous system, getting that boost of prana or chi, whatever you like to call it, flowing through the body, through the energy channels, the meridian lines. Maybe it feels good just to stay up nice and straight, breathing into that opening within the hips. Maybe it feels good to fold forwards, shifting that sensation within the hips, perhaps more into the outer hips as well. So once again, just choosing whatever feels good for your body. Good. And then slowly rolling the spine back up. Use the hands to guide the knees in, and we'll spin it around, facing the front of the mat, feet at hips width apart. Reach the arms forwards, and then we're going to rock the body. I like to imagine like a feather floating down towards the earth, swaying the body from side to side, all the way down into your Shavasana shape. Once you arrive, invitation here, just to take any final wriggles, movements, shapes. And then settling down into your Shavasana. If If it feels comfortable, you can close down the eyes. Otherwise, just let the eyes get heavy. Without too much structuring or focus on the breath, I just invite you here to draw the breath all the way down into the lower lobes of the lungs. And as you settle into more of an expansive breath, perhaps you hold for a second or two at the top of the inhalation. And holding in that suspense. And so much more than oxygen that we are holding in our bodies, that we are cultivating in our practices. Hovering in that sense of vast energy. And as you become more comfortable with the breath, maybe you hold for a second or two at the bottom of the exhalation. That balancing of expansion and contraction. The sense of fullness with the sense of emptiness. An all-encompassing power of the breath. And if you'd like to stay where you are for a little bit longer, then I really invite you to take this time, especially if it is more towards the end of your day and you're winding down. I invite you to spend a little bit more time in stillness. If you feel ready to move out of your practice, I'll invite you just to firstly introduce some subtle movements, gently shifting your hips or your head from side to side, maybe wiggling fingers and toes. And if you have any props supporting your body, I invite you to move the props out of the way. And then just roll over to your preferred side. And taking a moment here to pause and to reflect. Let's take a moment to honor and acknowledge the traditional roots of yoga. to the ancient teachings, and the various lineages, this sacred wisdom that's been passed down from many generations through colonization. And I'd also like to just acknowledge and pay deep respect to the land that I am teaching from. This is the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, honouring the First Nations people of not only Australia but everywhere in the world. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly make your way back up into a seat. Breathing spaciousness into the spine, and softening through the belly, the shoulders, the jaw. And let's place the hands one on top of the other, just somewhere on the body that you feel that you might need it today. And we'll close the practice with a big releasing breath. Take an inhale and sigh it out. Thank you so much, everybody, for practicing. I hope that you enjoyed the practice. If you did, feel free to leave a comment, even better, like and subscribe. I have an Instagram and a website. My business name is TheArtofAffinity. So if you're interested in learning all things yoga, movement, strength, the nervous system, then feel free to join me there. Otherwise, I will see you again soon. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Bye.